The TA0521 form is for self-employment registration, cancellation, or data modification. It is the simplified model that must be filled out to request these actions. A vital doc for self-employed. Today at Entre Tramites, we'll show how to fill out the TA0521 form.
Hi, I'm Mauricio Rosario from Entre Tramites Management Office, and today we'll apply for self-employed worker registration. First, we are going to access the main page of the electronic PAE, and we are going to enter through the option Register as a Self-Employed instantly. Once we enter, we access this button that says Virtual Pay. Then we access the Virtual Pay system with our personal password. Here we will identify with our ID card or electronic certificate. Upon identification using our ID card or digital certificate, we must provide our personal information and enter our address details into the system in order to proceed with the required process. Click Save. In this section, in the High tab, click and options will be shown where choose self-employment as the preferred option for the desired outcome. Also, in this same section, we can unsubscribe a self-employed worker here by clicking on Cessation. We could pick Auto Stop, but in this instance, it's just the registration. When entering the self-employed registration option, we will have to complete other requested data such as marital status and marital status date if the person is married. You can choose the option if you have a representative. In homes, as we already have a configured address, we can choose it as a fiscal address and notification address. In communications and notifications, we provide our mobile number and email address for registration purposes. Likewise, for notifications from the tax agency, in this section of notifications from DG Industry and SMEs regarding the progress of the file, we have the option to choose whether we want the notifications to be sent to our email or our mobile phone. In this instance, I am going to select email, and ultimately we are going to click on Save. If we observe that the small box has turned green, it indicates that all the data has been filled out correctly. Next, we are going to enter the Activities tab, where we are going to fill in all the information about the activity that will be carried out as a self-employed worker. Select Configured Address. Crucial, indicate start date for self-employment activity that is already planned. If you have employees, you can enter the number of employees you'll be responsible for, and then you'll choose the CNA and the IAE related to your activity as a self-employed worker. And at the end, in the places where the activity is carried out outside the premises, we will select the home address when the self-employed worker exercises it at home. If the self-employed worker carries out his activity in a location different from his home, we can select it below. And we click on Save. At this moment, we will proceed to the Census Declaration tab. Here in this section, we are going to communicate the start of our activity as a self-employed person to both the Social Security and the tax agency. We will also be able to choose whether or not we belong to the general VAT regime or to the special regime of equivalent surcharge. Later on, we will be able to request registration in the Intra-Community Operators Register if it applies to our activity as self-employed. And ultimately, we will select the models that we are required to present, such as the installment payments of the personal income tax, specifically Model 111 and Model 115 if they are applicable. And finally, we are going to click on Save. Once the census declaration is completed, we enter the Social Security tab. Here in Autonomous Type, we are going to choose the Self-Employed Worker option. If the self-employed worker does not have a Social Security number, we will be able to request it by clicking on this box. And then we will proceed to fill in the following data. Subsequently, we will select the minimum contribution base and the mutual insurance, along with the temporary disability coverage that you desire and wish to include in your plan. Subsequently, in the notification section, we will choose our pre-configured notification address, and ultimately, we will enter the necessary bank account information for the purpose of direct debiting Social Security fees. Once we have finished filling out the bank account information, we will submit a request to the Social Security office to apply for the flat rate benefit available to first-time self-employed workers for a duration of 1 year. And we click on the Save button.
To finish, we are going to enter the Documents tab. In this section, we must attach the documentation.
What does the platform need to confirm as self-employed?
In this case, the self-employed person's ID and bank mandate.
Click here on New.
Automatically, the type of documentation allows us to achieve our objectives.
Select ID document.
We select the file. We place a brief description of the file that
Attaching now.
we click on the Save button. As you can see, it is automatically saved to the system.
Enable this box that prints due.
We are about to click, and subsequently, we will have the capability to either print the document or save it as a PDF file for future reference. Once the due is printed, it is activated.
The subsequent tab will be to send the due to be reviewed so that they can provide us with the high as Rotondo works.
And we proceed to sign.
Once our document is signed, remember to keep an eye on the registered email. There you will get the answer to the requested process. Thank you very much.
For more information, remember to check our website and follow us on our social media platforms. You'll find the link in the description box below. And if you want to stay ahead of the curve with expert guidance on streamlining your paperwork, be sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned to our channel.